Hey everybody, Scott here for the Helix channel. It's Friday, and normally I would do a free set Friday, but to this week, I'm concentrating on my tutorials. I'm trying to help you guys out, teach you stuff, show you what I know. That's pretty much my lot in life. I'm just showing people what I know about stuff, which is kind of cool. Never wanted to teach anything. I'm a horrible guitar teacher, by the way. I have zero patience for someone who can't hold a fucking C chord. I don't care if they're 7 years old, but I have all the patience in the world for teaching effects, how to use them, how to integrate them in, amp sounds and this whole thing. It's weird. The only thing I have no patience for is people that can't hold a fucking D chord or a C chord. Oh my God. Come back when you can play. See, that's why I was a failure as a guitar teacher. Whew. Those parents were not happy. I'm just saying. So, today, I'm going to show you a couple of things. I got a request from Eric to show how to assign multiple effects to a single switch and how to assign my what I do with the expression pedal for my leads onto a switch. I'll show you a couple of ways. I'll show you how to put it onto a snapshot and onto a switch. Shall we? We got the wide screen on this one, so I can show you the snapshots. I can probably forego the buttons though. Don't need those. Anyway, so simple preset. It's got everything I use for the most part. A gate, compressor. I love the pitch shifter in front of the amp model. If you want a really mild pitch shifter, just set the sense to -4-ish, and then bring down the voice level, which is this, down to about 7-ish, and then the mix. It just gives a nice bit of pseudo modulation that isn't as cloying as, say, a chorus. To me, anyway. I really love it. I use it on most of my presets. So here's what's going on with the amp. Is the angle. We have no settings set up yet. No snapshot enabling done anywhere. And just a simple reverb, blah, blah, blah. A couple of IRs. So the first thing is how to assign a couple of things to a switch. And the reason why you would want to do this is, for me, if, say, you have a part of a song that you want to be completely quiet as far as effects are concerned, just dry. So, but you like to have these on for everything else. So I just assign them both to a switch. So just go like that, hold it down, boom. Do the same for this one. Boom, they're both on the same switch. Now what we can do is we can modify it, customize it, and just call it the effects. We could write delay reverb or reverb delay. But this way, boom, you've got a dry signal as far as reverb and delay are concerned. And you can also do the same thing if you've got the snapshots to spare. You could make another snapshot that does the exact same thing. And an easy way to do that, save this particular snapshot with them on, and then go over to this second snapshot, bypass both of them, save that snapshot. Exact same thing happens. So it all depends on how you want to use your Helix and your snapshots. I do primarily everything from the snapshots. I don't find that I need more than 4 for a song. if I do, that's what I like to call tough shit because I don't have the space. So I make it work with 4. If there is a situation and there is a song, we do the song Do You Think I'm Sexy? And in that particular song, I've got a delay that I don't use anywhere else on any other of the snapshots in that particular preset. And it uses, let me show it to you. It uses multiple sounds. So like, I've got Just Like Heaven over here. Then we play a Beatles song. And I like to keep these things clustered together so that I can go right from one song to the next song. And if they've got another, like we do these song clusters, so we do 3 songs, and one of those is like a Just Like Heaven, then Come Together, which is a Beatles, and then, or no, it's Ticket to Ride, and then something else. I forget what it is. But, so I've got them clustered here. But in the Do You Think I'm Sexy, I've got a clean tone here. Here's the solo sound. But at the very end, when I hit the very last note, I get this really big delay. Don't do that. A really big delay, and I do it by just switching on this particular switch right here, and it's a beow, 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 beow. So, where is that big delay? It's 510 milliseconds with a big feedback and big mix, and it only comes on during that very last note, so that's the only thing that I actually hit additionally. So let's go back to where we were. The tutorial. So that's one way to, or 2 ways of assigning multiple effects to a switch. You can assign as many as you want, I think, to the switch, if you want to. Sure. I don't want to do that, but yeah. And then another thing was, how do I assign what I do with the expression pedal for my leads? I do multiple things. The first is boost the master. So let's say you want to do it on a snapshot. That's a great way to do it. And you can call it solo. This is a really easy way to do it. Now, normally I'll keep my master on the angle meter around meteor about 5 to 5.5 so that I can do this actually, so that I can assign the, and now let's do a switch. We're going to go to, actually, let's do it to snapshots. So we can, I'll first show you how to do it on a snapshots, then we'll do it on a switch. So that didn't need to be done that way. I could have done it easier this way just by pressing this in and turning it, since I want it on a snapshot. Now the other parameters that I want adjustable on there are the gain. So you press it in and then turn it. I want that to be 7.2. And the other things that I like to do with my leads is I like to boost up the IRs. So what I'll do is I'll press it in, turn it to the right, and I'm adding a single dB to each one of these. So the combination of setting the master, also here we need to make this go to 6.9. You can go anywhere from up a full point to 1.5 points. And then, check it against your volume levels. I'm not going to play anything today, so you're not going to hear it. But, and then make sure you save anything before you switch back to another snapshot, otherwise you'll lose what you've done. So now we go back. The master is at 5.5. We'll just relabel this second one as solo. And we've got more gain on the compressor. When we go to the solo, we get more output from each one of the IRs. We can, bring these back in and then save it. So now those effects are on. Here's another thing I like to do with a solo snapshot. And when I do make a solo snapshot, I'll also up the mix of the reverb. So let's go over to the mix. Actually, I keep doing this like I'm going to do it on the expression pedal. My bad. All I have to do is, since we're on the snapshot that we want already, pump it up 32%. Go up to the delay, 24%. Save it. Now when we go, we've got more volume, we've got more gain, we've got more, output from the IRs, more compression. It's great. Now let's assign that to one of these switches. The same thing. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to go back and we'll have to change the way that these are assigned. We'll have to change these back to nuns, temporarily, and then the level and the master and the compression gain. Okay, so now we don't have anything enabled for snapshots. We want to make a solo sound on one of the switches. Say we've got our snapshots are all taken up with other stuff. We want to have a big solo sound. So what we'll do is we'll assign a switch to change the gain. So hit the menu button, hit controller assign. We'll go over to this switch. Now we were at whatever we were at for gain wise. Let's just say it was 5.5. We'll go up to 6, or it was probably 6. We'll go up to 6.9. And then, boom. So we just do that with all the parameters. Go over here, go to the master, hit the menu, controller assign, go over to master. We want it on this switch. We had the master at 5.5. Put it up to 7. The chances of needing to adjust the output levels of the IRs with this are kind of slim, unless you want a real loud solo. So, and then save that. Now we're on our switch. Boom. We've got immediate volume from the master. We've got more compression, and you can toggle it. So that might be of interest to people, being able to toggle it instead of having to go from here to here or from here to wherever you were. This way you can automatically have that, and it'll apply to all of your snapshots. Pretty cool. There you go, everybody. Oh, good times. Sorry there's no free set today, but I uploaded a bunch of presets earlier this week. Well, not a bunch. 2. Maybe 3. I don't know. Go to my website. Click on the presets. There's a preset section. You can download all of them. Go nuts. It'll tell you what IRs I used. And my computer is sassing me. How dare you. Yeah. Purchase some presets if you're so inclined. It helps me out a lot. So, I've got a gig tonight. We go on we go on late, and then we play 2 sets. So I gotta be at a club until about 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I don't know. Oh God, it's gonna be a Red Bull night for me. Let me tell you, just to try and stay standing. But fortunately, this club has a bunch of really comfy couches off to the side, away from all the noise. That's where I'm going to be camping out before we play. Good times. So I will see you on Monday. I'm going to make it through the gig, come back here and sleep for 2 days, and then I'll see you on Monday. And I'm going to write a little tune. It's going to be an In the Mix Monday for you. So I will see you then, and until then, rock on.